Hey, vacationers, it's Eddie from Exploreteria, and welcome back to episode 12 of the Flambé. On this week's episode, a rescue on the high seas, a major milestone for a brand new cruise ship, and an accident at Universal. All that and more today on Exploreteria. As always, first up, we've got cruise news. So on its first day of sailing, on its way to Roatan in Honduras, the Carnival Paradise rescued 27 refugees in the open sea. They were picked up just off the west of Cuba, and they were brought on board and given medical treatment for those who needed it, and food and water. It's wild to me that so many people. It's like we're seeing these news stories about refugees getting assisted in the middle of the sea like so often, and it's really wild, and it's sad that so many people have to go through that kind of diversity, that kind of hardship, just to get to a better life. You know, I feel it makes me feel really privileged and really fortunate to have been born and raised in this great country. So I really hope that those people that were saved are doing well and getting all the help that they really need. NCL's next cruise ship, the Aqua, had just hit a major milestone. It's finally touched the water. It's afloat. She's wet, as they say. Sorry. She's the first in the Prima Plus class for the cruise line. She's scheduled to launch in April 2025. And, I really, this cruise ship, I haven't really dug into it and looked into it a lot, but I can tell you one thing. That paint on the outside is ugly. I don't know why Norwegian keeps painting their ships. Some of them look great. Some of them are just really ugly. And the paint job on the Aqua, the art on the Aqua we could probably do without that. It's an eyesore. It's not going to look great in pictures. At least I don't think so. Teach their own. But April 2025, we should be able to get on board and check her out. Royal Caribbean just started construction on the first of their beach clubs in the Bahamas. So there's going to be, so far they've given us two, right? So there's the one in the Bahamas, and then there's the one in Mexico that they announced not that long ago. But the one in Bahamas just broke ground. They started construction officially, and it should be accepting guests in 2025. So the whole thing about the Royal Beach Club collection is they're supposed to really integrate the culture of the local population, just the local culture, into these private destinations, into these private beach clubs. So you're going to get that relaxation like you're on a royal private destination or a royal ship. Royal's great for that, right? But then you're also going to get that feeling, or what they're shooting for is to get that feeling of you're actually not separate from the people, okay? Like on Labadee, where there's that big fence, and then, you're on Haiti, but it doesn't feel like you're on Haiti. You don't want to feel like you're on Haiti right now, right? I mean, but it's supposed to feel like you're actually in that country. So I'm excited to see how that works and to go try it out, because that's one of the things I would say about cruising that kind of sucks, right? Is that every port, or at least in the Caribbean, right? Every port that you go to, it just feels like it's the same port for the most part, right? They have the same stuff. There's Diamond International. There's the locally crafted, artwork or whatever. If you just get, I'm talking about if you just get right off at the port. If you go out and do your own thing, of course you can experience the culture, right? But just right off the port, where some people just go, if you don't want to do excursion, you just want to get off the port and be like, hey, what's this country like? Hey, what's this island like? You're not going to get that real experience. But to be able to get off and then go over to a private beach club that's included with your cruise fare, and to be able to experience the culture of that region, that's a great plus. And I think that hopefully if they do it right, it's going to be great. So I really look forward to that one and the Mexico one. Maybe the Mexico one a little bit more. I mean, La Raza, right? But okay. Anyway, and speaking of Labadee, I previously told you guys last week that Royal Caribbean canceled all the sailings going to Labadee, officially announced through May. Well, it looks like they're canceling even more. Guests have reported changes to their itinerary all the way through August and September. So, I mean, if you're looking to book a cruise in the coming months, maybe, and you want to make sure you're getting to the ports this year that you're supposed to go to, maybe stay away from the ones going to Labadee. I mean, if having that structure in your life is really important to you and you don't like it when itineraries are changed, I would say stay away from Labadee for the time being, until things over there get figured out, which hopefully they do. But if you're like me and you like a little excitement in your life, go ahead and book that Labadee one and just see where you end up. You're probably going to be in Nassau, but just see where you end up. But I really do hope that, like I said on the last video, I really do hope that Labadee, they figure out everything in Haiti and Labadee can come back. It's a great destination and I really like it there. And now next up, we got theme park news. There was an accident on Universal Studios' famous tram tour and 12 guests were injured. So apparently the tram was going down, there's a hill section where you gotta go down a hill into the back lot, and apparently it hit a rail going down the hill. There's reports that there were problems with the brakes, and that's what caused it. Luckily, there were no serious injuries, and everybody's doing okay. But man, I go on this ride. It's okay. The tram ride, the studio tour is one of my favorite rides of all time. I'm a big movie buff, and I remember the first time going on it as a kid, I was just in awe. Right, to see all these things that I've seen on the silver screen right in front of me. It was great. And to this day, I still love going on that. I still love going on that on the tour. But I've never really thought of it like I was in an actual vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, you go on a roller coaster and it's a roller coaster, right? It's on tracks and it's doing its thing. And it never really sunk in that I'm in a car. I'm in a vehicle. I'm in a car. Like, this thing can flip over at any time. Like, it's not on a track. It's on wheels. It can flip over. It can crash. It never really dawned on me. So I might have a different outlook on that. The safety of that going forward with my kid, keep her in the middle, keep her safe. But yeah, this is one of my favorite rides of all time, and I hope they figured out what was wrong so this stuff doesn't happen again. Disney released the dates of the Food and Wine Festival at EPCOT for this year. It's going to be running August 29th through November 23rd. And man, I'm excited, okay? I can't wait to find out the menus. The festivals are like the highlight of my Disney experience, okay? Some people go for the merch, which, speaking of, there's going to be Ratatouille, Figment, and Mickey merch this year. I don't know I still don't understand what the big deal with Figment is, but, to each their own. But I love festivals. Is anybody like me who just completely forgets what's good for them during a food festival, during one of the festivals? Like, whatever festival it is, if there's stands, right, that are serving food, and there's just a plethora like Food and Wine, Flower Garden, I am gonna go to each one of those stands. I'm gonna eat just entirely too much, like until I'm just ashamed of myself and sick, and I'm gonna love every minute of it. And then I'm gonna do it again the next day. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who just gives up on their diet every time they put their finger and scan in to the park? I mean, I don't know. But what's your favorite Disney festival? And if you have one, what's your favorite? What's the best thing you've had to eat at one of those festivals? That's a hard question. That's a tough question. I don't even think I can answer that for myself. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So were you guys not showing up for your droid building and lightsaber appointments or something? Because now Mickey's going to need his money up front. Droid Depot and Savvy's Lightsabers now require upfront payment when you're making a reservation. And then you got 24 hours to cancel or change your mind, or else the mouse is keeping that cash. I've never made a lightsaber. It's on my list of things to do. Like, I want to make one, but then every time I think about making one, I start researching lightsabers, and then I find all these other cooler ones that I want to get but they're, you know, of course, more expensive. Well, they're not really more expensive. They're about the same. But I want one really bad, but like my adult mind can't justify me spending money on one. If that makes sense. But I really want one. And the droid thing just doesn't, it's cool that it moves around or whatever, but you know, put a real AI in there or something for me. Let me talk to R2D2, like for legit, and then I'll consider building one. How many of you guys got droids and lightsabers? Anyway, if you're gonna make a reservation, make sure you go, because Mickey's getting paid anyway. Oh boy! Pixar Fest at Disneyland has started up, and it's running until August 4th. And there's gonna be some pretty cool meet and greets. Okay, some new. There's gonna be Onward. Some of the characters from Onward and Elemental and Luca are gonna be there. But the best one, I think, is gonna be the Talking Doug from Up. Have you guys seen the Talking Doug from Up? Hilarious. They keep coming up. I love technology. They keep coming out with these new meet and greets, these new animatronics, and they're blowing my mind. I used to hate meet and greets, okay? I'm an introvert, and just having a weird person in front of me and talking to them, it didn't really appeal to me. And then I had a kid, okay? So now I love the meet and greets. She loves them. Just to see her face light up. So I really hope that we get out there and we can see Talking Doug, because she would flip. Is a really, really cool new character. And that does it for this week's episode. There was some good stuff this week, right? There wasn't a lot. There was a lot. You know, when I give you guys the news, I try to filter out all the BS and just get you the stuff that's really gonna affect you. You know, there's new merch in the shops and all that stuff. I could report on that, but you guys find that out when you go there, right? You're not going to Disney specifically for the merch. You don't care about other people's cruises taking an extra day or something like that, or getting cut short. You're not on the boat. So I'll give you guys the stuff that really matters to you, or that I think would matter to you, what I think matters to me, and would affect my decisions on going to parks or going to cruises. So if you're not following, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep giving it to you. And if you are a follower, once again, like always, I appreciate every single one of you. And like I say every episode, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Fill up my mind state, ain't no justice for us, you could peep it in the crime rate. I left behind all those trying to set me up like a blind date. That duo sizzle just like a hot plate.